The following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates. It does not necessarily reflect the views of WDEL or Forever Media.
It oughta.
The Rick Jensen Show on 101.7 FM, 1150 AM, WDEL, and streaming to your smart speaker and mobile device.
Wow, I'm talking to Dan Simon from Dan White and Associates on the phone, and he's got this bug that's going around, and all of a sudden my throat said, yeah, I think I'll stop working too. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I'm working, though. Rick, how are you today?
I'm okay. You know, I know a lot of people had the flu or the norovirus and all that, and I know you're battling something right now, but I want to tell you something. So we have friends, we have a family, and a husband, wife, and a couple kids. They've all got the flu. Wait. There's more to it. And the dog. The dog also has the flu. I mean...
Oh, no. Puppy flu, huh?
Yeah.
That was going around.
Well, that's the worst puppy flu when you have, like, you know, no control and it's a puppy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But, so everybody's nose is running. So I hope you feel better. But there's a lot of people right now, probably a good couple 100,000 in Delaware, that are struggling with some kind of virus and sniffles and the flu and all that junk going on. But meanwhile, while you are calm and at home and trying to recuperate, there in your comfy chair with a blankie over your legs and a hot toddy, and you're reading your financial statements, and you're thinking, what should I be working on in addition to taxes this year? And that's where Dan Simon, I'm sure, has a fine suggestion for you.
Yeah, so what should we be thinking about? It's the 5th of February, and you know, for those who are, you know, of RMD age, required a minimum distribution, you know, for most people it's 73 now. And a lot of people, you know, the concept has always been put into our minds of defer the taxes. Even when we get to RMD age, it's, hey, let's wait till December and take the money out then. May not always be the best route. In fact, I think there's some good reasons why you should take your RMD earlier in the year rather than waiting towards the end of the year. The first reason, Rick, is if you're doing a rollover, you know, perhaps you're retiring or left a 401k with an old employer and you're planning on rolling it over to an IRA, or maybe you're considering tapping into the IRA. In both of those situations, what's called the first money out rule applies, and that says that the first money that is distributed from the retirement account, in fact, is your 2025 RMD. So there's really no choice in the matter. So the rule always says that your RMD is not rollover eligible. So you've got to take it out prior to doing the actual rollover. And, you know, ironically, you know, I was talking to a client of mine yesterday, and we're shuffling a little bit of money around for them. And he said, well, can we just wait to take the RMD out? And I said, no, we can't. If we're doing a rollover, you know, you got to take it out, you know, prior to. You know, ironically, that's what I'm talking about today. So that's first scenario. Second is if you're planning on doing a Roth conversion this year. So Roth conversions, you know, can certainly be a smart move. It allows you to pay the taxes now as opposed to kind of wait and see where taxes will be in the future. But if you're doing a conversion and you are age 73 or over, you know, what you do convert, the first portion of it is actually taken into consideration as your RMD. So you've got to take that out prior to actually converting the money over into a Roth IRA. So again, that's the first money out rule. Does apply to Roth conversions as well. And the RMD obviously can't be converted into a Roth IRA. So it's got to come out first, and then anything after that can be converted over into the Roth IRA. This applies to all IRAs as well. So the IRA, or the IRS rather, IRS, right? They all flow together. The IRS views all of your IRAs as essentially one. So you could have different IRAs totaling up to X amount of dollars. You've got to take at least one RMD, but it's got to satisfy the total amount of all four accounts. But the IRS really, they don't care where it comes from, but that first distribution is going to be considered your required minimum distribution, whether it comes from one account or another. It applies to SEP IRAs, it applies to simple IRAs, and it applies to traditional IRAs. So again, keep that in mind. Again, one of the reasons why to do it earlier in the year if you're planning on accessing those funds later for income or even rollovers or conversions. And the last reason is really last-minute mistakes. What I found is that, if you put it off till the end of the year, you've got a lot of people in our industry that are either in processing or servicing, and they tend to do what in the later parts of December, Rick? A little bit of vacation time, right?
Yeah, I hope, right?
So generally speaking, it's less people that have their eye on, forms or phone calls that are coming in, and sometimes things get, missed in the shuffle. So always, my rule of thought is always get it done at minimum before Thanksgiving. But it may even make more sense just do it earlier in the year, get it taken care of so that you don't have to worry about it, kind of later on down the road. And
okay, makes sense. Good stuff to think about. Yeah. So I'm getting real old. I start thinking about that stuff too. So there you go. Appreciate that. You guys are great. By the way, Dan Steinman, you did a great job talking, educating us about that while you're all stuffy and gooped up from the flu. So I got to say, I'm quite impressed. I have to drink hot lemon tea to get through even a 5-minute segment or something. But you nailed it. Well done, sir.
Hey, stay hydrated, keep your hands clean, Rick. You know the drill. And, I just want to be healthy so I can scream and yell on Sunday for the Super Bowl,
I hear you. Well, you got kids, so you tell them, don't rub your nose and your eye. No, don't no. Do not rub your nose and your eye with the same finger. We're going to no, that's going to be making you sick. No.
They touch one thing and immediately it's like their eyes and their nose are a magnet for their fingers. I don't know why it works that way.
Don't touch the puppy. No, he got sick. Oh, get that out of your eye. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So on Sunday mornings at 7, Dan White brings you On the Money, which is a great program at 7 o'clock on 101.7 FM, 1150 AM, WDEL. And also, it's streaming to your smart speaker and mobile device as well. And I don't know if there's any more you want to say about that or not, Dan.
Tune in. Sure, it'll be a great show.
All right, my friend. Be well.
All right, Rick. Take care. Good catching up with you.
All right, take care. Bye. Yeah, him and the kids.